thank you so much for tuning in. This is Justin with zZounds, and we're here with another edition of zZounds Live. So, as you guys heard, this is the Jamstik Studio specifically, but this thing is incredible, super fun to mess around with. I did a kind of orchestral string sound there to open the stream now, but this thing does about a million things. So we're going to just be taking today to dive into everything that this can do, kind of more of a course look. Because once again, I won't have enough time to cover pretty much the scope of this product, but what we will get to today should be fun and entertaining for you guys to hear. But just a little bit about this product. This is a guitar MIDI controller. So as you can see, it's for kind of all those musicians out there like me who guitar is my primary instrument, but I might want to access all of the MIDI sounds that I have, or trigger different instruments like keyboards or even percussion when I'm doing production. So like if you're at home and making a song, this is the perfect addition to add to your studio there. If you are not comfortable like playing keyboard or playing maybe bass, you could just play the instrument that you're familiar with, the guitar, and trigger all those sounds. So kind of just plug and play as well. So basic setup, as you can see with the instrument, it just has two humbucking pickups. It's got a three-way selector switch. Just one knob, no tone control, so that's going to be slightly limiting for the guitar sounds, but I have found that the regular stock pickups sound great as they are. In terms of the output there, you've got a 1/4 inch for connecting to an amplifier or just direct to an interface. So right now I've got a couple pedals and we're plugged into a deluxe reverb, a 68 custom silver face, and we're also running MIDI out of this USB-C output cable and running the MIDI through there. There's also a 3.5 millimeter TRS stereo MIDI out jack on there as well if you want to run MIDI or connect it to some other hardware or other MIDI compatible devices. So yeah, it is a great guitar though. I was actually talking about this with our social media guy right before this. It's a great instrument. You'd think that if it was a controller, it might not feel so hot as just a regular guitar, but it is absolutely well made, and I completely just forgot about the feel. That's how good it was. So as I was playing it, I never noticed any setup issues or anything like that. So I am a happy camper with how this thing plays as a just regular guitar. So if, for instance, you don't want to even run the MIDI, just play it as a regular guitar. It's great. Okay, so now that we kind of went over just the general layout of it, let's talk about the software I'm running. So it comes with the Jamstik Creator software. That's going to be your kind of master hub for all of your fine tunings, adjustments, and all of your stock sounds that you can build. So Jamstik Creator is pretty intuitive. I actually didn't have a problem with just jumping into this one compared to other softwares. So as you can see, I have the dramatic, I believe it was dramatic scene pulled up right now. So let me play you a couple more sounds from that one and we'll see it in the interface here. So. So yeah, it's really cool. You get those kind of accurate register instruments, like when I'm playing the lows, you get that really great orchestral string section definition. So. And of course, I've got a bunch of reverb and delay, reverb and delay dialed on that, which is adjustable. So it's not just like some stock thing that's on there. You can see that the reverb menu up here has full functionality for just a fully fledged reverb. Same thing with the delay. It's got an EQ on it and a compressor on this preset. So it's awesome to just kind of tweak to your heart's desire. So now that you've heard kind of a little bit of that string sound, let's go to a different tone. So again, let's just cycle through presets. You can always create your own, save your own there, but for right now, I'm just gonna, for the purposes of time, I'm just gonna cycle through some of these for you guys. So why don't we do another string sound now that we're on that vibe, and let's just pick, how about In the Air? Let's see how this one is. So cool. It's very, very, very awesome. So again, that is the in the air sound. So again, a lot of capability that you can mess with that. Again, this has got like a flanger on it and maybe another reverb and a compressor even on it. And like you'll hear that the tracking is incredible on it. And it kind of depends on what type of settings you have on your patches, but the tracking is super fluid. So like even when I'm playing super fast like that, it still does happen to track pretty dang well. So and obviously that's my primary concern using a MIDI instrument, is to make sure it can keep up with the kind of shred licks or whatever that I might want to throw down. So it has kept up just fine. So let's go to a different sound. This has really great piano tones as well. So check this out. I'm just going to go to the other room piano sound and see how that looks. So. Cool. So yeah, awesome. Once again, like I mentioned earlier, this is great. If you don't play piano, or if you're maybe not as confident at your piano abilities, this is awesome because you can just jump right into a session and just lay down a piano track without having to worry about practicing or getting any of that other stuff worked up for it. So. And you might notice when I'm doing some of those slurs, it will keep up, but sometimes if you don't want that sound, because obviously a piano is not going to be able to do those full slides and stuff, you actually can disengage the ability for it to follow along with that type of MIDI data, so you can make it sound authentic like an actual piano, so it doesn't have those slides and slurs that you might accidentally throw in there. Yeah, I was just told that the screen doesn't look like it's working right now. So at worst, guys out there, I'm sorry if you can't see what settings I'm going to be using. I'll just verbally tell you guys what presets I'm using, and that'll probably be about the best of it. So sorry out there if it's frozen. But yeah, thank you for pointing that out, guys. Okay, so yeah, let's try how about this? How about a grand piano sound? And we're going to go to ambient piano. I am a sucker for ambient sound, so let's try to see what this sounds like. So yeah, right away we'll be able to get some interesting stuff in here. So let me play some weird chords. We'll see how the piano handles it. Yeah, real fun. And it kind of cracks me up though, since some of those voicings are just such a guitar voicing. When you hear it in a piano sound, it tickles me sometimes. So yeah, some very unusual piano voicings, but they sound great translated over. So you'll get some good songwriting ideas from that, no doubt. So. Awesome. I got pretty inspired by just messing around with random piano the other day. So how about this? What about a lo-fi piano? Let's hear that. tons of white noise in there. Very interesting. So. Yeah, there's just some insane customizability with those other sounds. So yeah, you can mangle that to your heart's content. I believe there's a distortion portion of the Jamstik creator software that's messing with that. So that's pretty fun. Let's go to, how about this? Let's go to a bass sound, since who doesn't want a bass sound? All right, so electric bass. How about something like this? This is wide bass bunch, I believe. Oh, hold on. My computer's on pause right now. Well, here, in the meantime, how about this? Now that my software, I don't know if it's just Logic, but let me show you the guitar sounds from this. This is a good opportunity to show you the actual 1/4 inch output of the guitar tone on this. I've got it running through a 68 custom Silverface Fender. So here's this sound. So. The pickups are just great on this. It's actually pretty awesome. I am still experiencing some technical difficulties here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, give us one moment, guys. We're gonna go on pause. We got some technical difficulties here. I'm gonna reset up this and see what went wrong, but we'll be right back. All right, thanks for waiting there, guys. We had a bit of an issue with our video feed here, so again, thanks for bearing with us while we kind of tried to settle that. So again, let's jump back in. So we are here with the Jamstik Studio. So if you were here earlier on the stream, you heard how awesome this thing is. We're going to continue just exploring some of these tones and see what you can do with it. Okay, we have Michael Scott from YouTube. Put my daughter on. She played a piano in college. Told her to close her eyes and tell me what instrument. She said it sounds very much like a piano. She knew it was probably another instrument. Yeah, that's what I was mentioning earlier. I think a lot of the ways that I'll play it is very guitar-y, but it's good that it sounds very much like a piano. That's pretty much all you'd hope for when you're using this as a MIDI tool. But glad they liked it. So let's get back, guys. So let me go to a bass tone. We were going to try to explore the electric bass before we got stuck before. So electric bass, this is the wide bass bunch tone. So, and also hello, Peter from YouTube. Hi. So as you will notice, that bass tone's super fun. I mean, I got stuck on this one for a while last night. And a lot of times you'll have the a blended sound in there. Sometimes there's another tone blended in. I'm gonna leave it for now. I think it's pretty fun, but occasionally they'll stack multiple oscillators of other sounds or have a piano blended in, for instance, as an add-on sound for these. There's a kind of another sound in the background. Let's keep it for now and let's explore this bass tone. So that's my new inside joke for all of you guys. How many times can I play the Seinfeld theme on zZounds Live? So anyways, yeah, it's a great sound. When you manipulate that, it really does kind of like fatten up some recordings in a really, really great way. So I got that on a recording late last night. Very, very fun. So let's keep moving on, though. There is so much to cover. Let's just see what else we can get out of this. So how about this? Let's go to an electric piano sound, because I am a big sucker for an electric piano. This one has a multitude of really great sounds, but just the stock electric piano Rose is fantastic for its just clarity and realism. So check this out. So and if I fight my guitar urge to do vibrato, then it'll sound even better. So very, very cool. And check this out. One thing that I noticed was on the piano tones, the low notes even respond and distort a little bit harder like they do on an actual Rhodes when it's hitting like a, you know, a guitar amp kind of sound. It's just so great. And the instrument is touch sensitive and the dynamic sensitivity is customizable. So if you wanted it to be more or less sensitive, you can adjust that in the settings on the software on Jamstik Creator. But I just love the way that the low notes actually will hit like a Rhodes does. It's just absolutely phenomenal. So this on recordings is crucial for the stuff that I like to record. So it's awesome. So yes, yeah, it sounds just like the real thing. Yes, I agree. It is very, very fun. So again, I'm here for just the low notes alone. Great. That alone's the price of worth the price of admission right there. So let's go to another one. How about let's pick a random one just to show the versatility of the software. Why not a random one? So let's just do soft and dreamy. Why not? So this is the electric piano soft and dreamy sound. Yeah, it sure does sound nice. I love the great sounds you're getting. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, again, I'm just going through a lot of the presets right now. So if that's not a testament to the quality of what this thing can do, I really don't know what is, but appreciate the kind words, Michael. Yeah, so you heard that soft and dreamy one right there. Very cool. How about this? Let's mix in my actual electric guitar that's going through the Fender Silverface. So I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to put on some modulation on that as well, and we'll blend them, and we'll see what this is gonna sound like with this effect. So yeah, let me start that one over. Cool. See, really, really awesome. Playing guitars, so sounds good audio. Thanks, Peter. Yeah, again, this is blending the actual real guitar with the sound of that patch. So infinite possibilities with any pedals you guys might have. So if you're a person like me out there who has a bunch of pedals lying around, you can blend any of those sounds in with this. And again, the possibilities are pretty much infinite. So let's keep going. All right, how about this? Let's go for... let's do some more like 80s type sounds. Okay, this is the analog stab section. So this is called a Both Worlds. I think I remember this one being kind of like an analog synth kind of thing. Yeah, so you hear that really awesome delay on it too. So let's mess around with this. And how about this? Let's time something with that delay that's stock on there. Again, another opportunity for me to call out the tracking on this. It's a synth tone that has the attack pretty much rolled off, so you are safe to use a bunch of fast phrases like that, and it will still keep up. So that is very, very cool. But yeah, so if you ever have problems with that, for anybody out there that's using this, make sure you adjust the envelope on your synth. Sometimes the attack might be raised up, so inherently it won't be able to catch all of your initial attacks. You might think it's tracking poorly, but it may just be a setting in the software that needs adjusting. But yeah, let's do that same sound one more time with some chords. Awesome. So let's go to another sound. You guys want to hear chainsaw? Should we do chainsaw right now? I don't see why we shouldn't. Sweet, I can definitely use that one. So again, that's the chainsaw sound. My new goal is to make everybody on the production team here laugh at least once during all of our streams too. So let's just keep moving, guys. Again, there's a million things, but the electric guitar sounds, the clean guitar, surprisingly cool for the modulation that you can get via MIDI guitar on this. So check it out. This is the ambient guitar. Let's see, how about we do something like this? So really swamped out with a bunch of modulation and everything, but how about this? Let's go to the reverb, and we'll kind of pull out the wet a little bit more, since I think it's a little bit excessive on it, but it's a little bit better. But how about this? Just to go adjust it even further, you'll notice this ambience knob. I don't know if you can see my screen. There's an ambience knob over here. That's going to control that overall kind of lushness there. So if you lower that down, you can kind of get that to a workable level. So I like where it's at about right there. So check it out. Let's do something happy sounding. Maybe like a... So a really cool sound. Let's blend in the real guitar too. Why not? Let's go real Fender and the ambient guitar. It's going to be awesome. So awesome. That might have been my favorite sound so far because you get the best of both worlds. All the dynamics from the guitar amplifier blended in with that ambience of the tone, the MIDI sound. Man, it just sounds really great. Kind of sounds like you're running just like a really awesome stereo rig. So you can obviously see how easy it is to lay something like that down on a recording. So yeah, that was fun. Let's go to a new one. Why don't we do? I think there's some other guitar tones that I really like. One of them was just called lead guitar, and again, you can kind of see the kind of distortion circuit on there. But as you can hear, there's an amp simulator on there, which is awesome. So it does have amp simulation. It has a kind of a JCM 800 sound, believe it or not. But I'm going to lower that presence in the treble because I do not like the sound of excessive treble on these kinds of tones. So, and maybe pull out some more mids too. So you can kind of just tweak this and get it wherever you want. But anyways, that is the lead guitar sound. So I'm going to mess with this. And here's the distortion circuit, by the way. You have a choice of types of waves for your distortion. So why don't we go a little bit crazy? So if you kind of have like a beat or something else that needs like a lead in the background, that's kind of perfect for just gratuitous leads in the background, if you know what I mean. You know, just like a. If you're making a lo-fi beat, you can do as many pentatonic blues shreds in the background as you want with that. So again, same deal. You can blend it in with the real guitar. So how about we try it? Let's blend it in with my actual guitar, and we'll do it with some overdrive on there. So let's see. So yeah, it gets kind of saturated in a very unique way there. Let's see. Can we hear some acoustic piano sounds, please? Actually, Brian, we covered that earlier in the stream. I would actually suggest checking out the earlier portion when we're done here. You can hear all those acoustic piano sounds. Let's see. Michael Scott, not a big computer guy, old school plugin, a few pedals, guitar, and amp. How easy is the software? Very easy. You're actually watching me mess with it in real time right now, Michael. The interface is actually very intuitive, so it just lays it all out in sections. So you can have your effects on the top, you have your presets in the middle, and then you have your basically a visual interface at the bottom that shows you where on your fretboard and what piano key you're playing at all times there. So they lay it out in an intuitive way so that you can follow along, and it is pretty simple. So if you've got a computer, you got an interface, plug this in. You can use. I'm running this actually natively as a plugin right now in Logic, so it's that simple. You just have to just load it in and just turn it on, and then you're good to go. So again, before I put this one to bed, let me play some of those electric tones. This again with a Fender and the lead guitar MIDI sound blended together. So. So yeah, you can mess with that for a long time. So how about violin? Sure, let's do it. Let me find that violin sound. I know it's in here somewhere. So if we go to the top, instruments, we have, I believe there is a violin by itself, but I know that there's a string sound that we can work with. So I think this should work. Hold on. That is an 80s string set. Hold on. No, I know there's another one. There's about 1 million to look through. That is not a bad thing. Dramatic scene work. This is one I was actually playing at the beginning of the stream. So this has a piano sound in there as well. You should have control of right here. If you notice, there's the strings mix and the piano mix now. If you pull out the piano, you should just have strings by itself. Right now, so the attack's set in a different way that should swell every note. And I'm still getting a little bit of piano in there, but hopefully that's at least a little bit helpful. I believe there is a solo violin in there, but this sounds like more of a cello to me. But really liked that one. Yeah. Spent maybe like 10 straight minutes the other day just playing kind of movie theme type chords like that. So it was very fun. You know, you can get all your sci-fi chords, you know. Very cool. So let's go to some other tones though. There's still plenty more to go over. There's even percussion sounds in there too that are very fun. Kind of snare and brush sounds too. You can literally just play, you know, kind of drum stuff on. So I had fun with that. But let's see. Why don't we do an acoustic guitar? Let's see what this one sounds like. I'm not sure. Doesn't. Well, that's under the picked acoustic guitar category. That sounds like a funny acoustic guitar to me, but why don't we work with it? Sure, why not? We'll get to an acoustic later. Let's just see what this one's do. That was way more entertaining than that should have been. Yeah, so very fun, guys. So a random tone. That was called Run the Streets. Did not expect that to be so fun, but yeah, there's just so much hidden in there. I love the creativity you can get out of this. You can just dial in a sound, have a goal in mind, and, you know, record, you know, your keyboard parts you want, bass parts, anything, guitar parts. But one of the most interesting parts of the Jamstik was just the creativity that it got kind of flowing for me by just picking a random sound and just seeing what I can come up with. In a million years, I never would have just decided to do like a dance groove like that if it wasn't that tone that I chose. So for all of you out there that like kind of tone hunting like that, this is perfect for that. So let's keep scrolling through. Hope you guys are having fun just kind of hearing me explore this thing live with you. So let's try the droplet sound. I bet you this is going to be interesting. Yeah, of course. I bet this will sound really good with chords. Let me come up with something really, really cool with some chords really fast. So. Very cool. I love that. it also humbles me as a guitar player when I make tiny mistakes like that, and the MIDI picks up on all those little slurs. So that's a very cool sound. It's under the classification of a starry night, so I would say that is very appropriate. So that was a funny one. So Horror Bell is next to that. Why don't we try that? Cool, yeah, usable. Kind of reminds me of the almost like this old Suspiria horror theme, if I can remember how to play that. What is it? It's like a... Oh yeah, you can get some creepy sounds out of even those very toy sounds. So I love it. Let's see, Michael. I suspect one could sit for literally hours. Say someone who's retired. Wait a minute, I'm retired. Yeah, that's perfect. It's perfect for you, Michael. I'm not even retired. I still sit there for many hours playing with this, so it's right up your alley, man. All right, shall we? Let's go. Let's keep going. What about a tape organ? I haven't got to any organ sounds yet, just electric piano, so let's see what we get. Oh, yeah. Cool. Let's take everybody to church today. So. Amen, brother. Yeah, thanks, Michael. All right, let's go to the next one. Poor man's Leslie. Wow, that's got some crazy stereo going on there. Yeah, that one's wild. I'm gonna move on, but I would actually love tweaking that flanger and just seeing how much extra clarity I can get out of that. Let's keep moving. How about Tulsi synth? Sure, why not? Oh yeah, that one's super fat. Let's do this one. And I'm gonna have to subject you guys to more dancey bass grooves, so I apologize in advance, team. Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah, that one had a huge amount of low end on that. Does it have sax? Can I do Kenny G solos? I'm not sure, Braxton. I believe it might, but I haven't dug into it enough. If you have any of your own software that you use on your DAW, you can use that and trigger it with this. So if you have any sort of other saxophone sound that you'd like to use, go for it. Use this as a controller and jam away and play as many Kenny G solos. No judgment. As many Kenny G solos as you want, my man. All right, let's go to brass synth. Why not? And then I only have time for a little bit more after this, so so let's just I'll start getting a little choosier. But for now, let's do like a brass synth, and we'll see what happens. So it's almost a saxophone brass synth, but still we're in the brass right now. And you guys notice the dynamic sensitivity? If I really smack a note, you get insane range in this thing, so it is very sensitive. I actually kind of really like this sound. This is really cool. And yeah, again, the range is great. So I have such control over it. It tracks with the dynamics a lot better than older controllers. So you can play all your jazz licks if you want, you know. That's actually kind of fun. I would use that on a kind of a synthier track, you know. Very fun, very fun. All right, let's move on. So we got tons of other stuff. How about vocal stab? Let's see what this is. Well, that's an EP. It's still the electric piano from before. There's a voice in there, though. That's kind of funny. It's buried underneath it. That's fun. How about this fragmented voices? What about that? Oh, that's cool. It's very 90s. Kind of a fun one, yeah. I got some looks here in the studio. Yeah, there was a decent one. It was a decent one. So how about one more? We got a Vocalese pad. Let's see what this is. Oh, that's cool. Straight lo-fi right there. Very cool. Yeah, I liked that one. Again, you can bury these in just any like a lo-fi track, do some cool voicings, you know. Brian, can I use this guitar with a standalone device like the Roland GR55? Well, this is compatible with any sort of MIDI compliant device there. If you're sending MIDI out there, you can use it with anything. So, all right, let's do some other ones. Ooh, so we got some vintage string sounds. Let's do this. So. Oh, cool, like an 80s kind of strings. about the pad? Ooh, yeah. So again, I'm going to get totally carried away. We are running short on time now, but let's just do a couple more tones. This is a vintage string pad, everybody. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that is a huge sounding one. That is awesome. I'll play with this tone by itself, and why don't we blend the guitar in after that? So for now, let's hear this massive string pad sound. And let's do something dark on this one. I'm going to do some kind of open guitar voicings for it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, that is a crazy sound. So like I said before, let me blend in the actual Fender amp on there. We'll get even weirder with this one. This one was by far the most massive sound too, so let's make it even more massive. Wow, very, very awesome. I think there's no better place to end the stream than something that massive. So I think we'll call it there, guys. But again, thank you for watching this edition of zZounds Live with me. This was the Jamstik Studio. So we have the link posted in the chat. So please check it out at zZounds. We have this one for sale. And this is an incredibly popular instrument, super versatile. It's great for all the producers out there, musicians, hobbyists. You can use it as a regular guitar without even taking advantage of the MIDI capabilities. So there's so much to offer here. Great software with the Jamstik Creator as well. And also check out the Jamstik portal as well. That's the iOS app. And it's also available for some other places as well. But I was using it on iOS, and it has lessons, it has scales and chords tutorials with walkthroughs, so you can actually use Jamstik as a resource for learning the guitar as well, which is super amazing. So very, very cool product. I feel like this is the future of MIDI controllers, and as a guitarist, this one makes me particularly happy. So thanks for joining in and kind of seeing me do a live deep dive into these tones, guys. So stay safe out there, and we will see you guys next week for another live stream. Thank you.